Yo, what is good, y'all? G2PO Grayson here. Let's talk some SF6. It's been a hot minute since I've said my opinion on this game, and I only really showed my reaction to the trailer, but now we actually have gameplay thanks to Maximilian and so many other people that flew out to play the game. We have more gameplay footage of an early build of Street Fighter 6, and I must say I'm liking what I'm seeing. Really, the game looks like it's taking a different take on Street Fighter, it seems. I hear a lot of people saying it's a lot like Street Fighter 4, a lot like Third Strike. It kind of has a mix of everything. The one thing that I'm enjoying is that they're making sure everybody has universal mechanics. So what you can do, I can do too, and there's a lot of skill levels to it from what I've seen. It looks like there's different ways to play the game, right? For example, the parry is back, right? And I think parrying in Street Fighter games is something that a lot of people think should be in every Street Fighter game, because how it makes the game very diverse. Many situations could be a lot different now with a parry mechanic, and I do enjoy that there is a perfect parry, and I must say, holy shit, the ink effects is just so beautiful. And I do like how Ryu's seems to be like the only one with the old ink effect from Street Fighter 4. Like, he's the unique one, right? His drive impact, which is another mechanic that I'm gonna get to in a second. But the parry itself seems very interesting. You can actually hold the parry, which I kind of call this like an armor, right? I call this the armor parry, if you want to call it that, right? And in this one, it seems like there's some recovery when you get out of that state. So it seems like you kind of have to know when a certain move kind of ends, like the recovery on that move that you are holding the parry with, because it seems like you can't just act right out of that parry, right? Which is really good balance wise, and it does fill up your drive gauge when you are parrying attacks. So I could see how you really want to utilize this mechanic, especially like, let's say, against projectiles, right? You don't perfect parry one. I don't know if perfect parrying one necessarily gives you more drive impact. It probably does, right? But I can see this being used against, like, let's say, fast projectiles like an EX Hadouken, EX Sonic Boom, right? So you can at least get some drive meter back, right? So that's pretty cool. And I do enjoy that there is a perfect version of it. I believe the parry works more like Ryu's. Even if it's a low, you can parry it. So as long as you're just perfect with it, that's really cool, I guess, right? It just makes the game seem very diverse. There's going to be many scenarios where the corner is not the same, right? Street Fighter 5 had a lot of, I guess, samey things, where pretty much you put somebody in the corner or put them in a certain predicament, they gotta guess, right? And it's more so guessing on the opponent's offense, but you don't really guess on the opponent's wake up, right? Because it's barely any defensive mechanics, right? They added the V-shift, but that's only one that they had added. But this seems really interesting because you can have people, now they have the reversals, right? They have drive impact, I guess. I don't know who would want to wake up with that, but let's say they do it. And you also have just holding the parry on a wake up. There you go. Like, it seems like there's way more ways to have the opponent get off you, and there's also a V reversal type mechanic in the game too. So it seems like there's a lot, and this is all at the cost of your drive meter. So there's risk reward in all of these, so you have to play very smart with this, which I kinda will say I do enjoy. The only thing I'm a little fearful for is the EX moves being to that drive gauge now, not being to the meter. Your meter now, it's only super, right? They did not make your EX moves, like your enhancements, to the meter below. They made it to the drive gauge, which is an interesting different take, but I just hope it doesn't make us very scared to use it, right? And it seems like every time I see footage of people like going all out with big damage combos, it's like at the big expense of their drive meter, and I hope that doesn't make people just go play it safe and not go for those things, right? Because I do like combos in these fighting games, and I would hate to feel like we can't really do that, but who knows. Drive rush is another mechanic that has me like kind of happy but also kind of confused, right? So I heard if you do it out of a parry, it's only 1 bar, but if you do it just in a combo, I think it's 2 or 3 bars of drive gauge. And I think that's like, holy shit, like, are people gonna really use that? Because like, let's say you go all out, then use the EX move after you know, when you're comboing to get the super, but let's say you don't kill them. Now you're in this state where you don't have drive meter and you have to be very careful, right? Another thing I find very interesting is that I thought the stun was going to be like you shatter the icon of the character was going to break, and then that would be like how you tell if someone's about to get stunned or not. But apparently the only way you can stun somebody is if their drive meter is completely depleted and they're in the corner and you do a drive impact. They get wall bounce and they get a dizzy. Like, it actually happens. And when you do have drive meter and someone is in the corner and you drive impact them, you wall bounce them and it leaves them wide open for you to attack them. So it's very different. I will say it's different and unique. It seems insane, but we don't know yet. I do like what I'm seeing with the wall splat stuff and seeing people like do combos at certain heights. Like, it seems pretty interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this game's gonna play out, and I want that demo already, bro. I really want that. I want that beta, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But that's pretty much my opinions on the combat of Street Fighter 6, it looks like, right? And I'm very excited. I do like that when you're in a when you're in a predicament where you're about to die, you actually get an enhance to your super, and it actually changes the super, right? So for example, Ryu, when he's in like he's about to die, I think it goes like critical or some shit like that, and he does a Denjin Shinshoryuken, and that shit looks amazing. The visuals and all that on this game looks very good, and you could tell that we're looking at an early version because the Guile trailer look completely different. Like, the game just looks a lot better, and I am enjoying the vibrant colors. I love vibrant colors, all this splashy and all this thing going on. It's really flashy and I love it. But that's pretty much, I can say, my first impressions of the gameplay that we have been seeing. I haven't been speaking too much on SF6 because I'm kind of the guy that likes to wait for the game. I want to play the game, but I figured, like, hey, why not? I think it would be cool. We kind of like talk a little bit about it. I know a lot of people are a lot iffy about the mechanics of the game, but let me tell you guys, every Street Fighter game is different, right? And I much rather have a game where it feels like there's different scenarios all the time, right? So that's just my opinion. And Ryu actually looks cool. There's a lot of moves on the characters. Chun-Li has stance, right? Ryu has so many command normals. It just seems like they're really going ham with this game, and I'm ready for it. Now, I want to say a little bit of the story mode, right? Now, the story mode seems pretty intriguing to me because I love that it reminds me of My Park from 2K. I don't play 2K games, but it just reminds me of it, right? But I think this is cool how Luke is like, yo, like, take it to the streets and you just explore Metro City. A lot of the locations are pretty much Third Strike. Final Fight is Metro City, right? They're pretty much making the universe, like, they're showing you the universe pretty much. And who knows if there's rival schools around, right? Since we know that Sakura was in that game one time, I believe so, right? And it just seems like they're really showing you this universe, the universe of Street Fighter. So I think that's really cool. But another thing I can tell you is that I dig the fact that it can be like a Xenoverse style. I think this game is gonna have a very big player base. Like, I feel like this is kind of like the future of where fighting games should go, in a way, and I think Capcom is making sure they pretty much excel at this, right? Where casuals can play this mode and have their fun, and then the sweats can do what they want to do, and even the modern controls to help those new players, right? So I think this is a good thing to do. And this is not even talking about the story, like how the story is going to be. Is G going to come back? Like, what's going on, right? I dig this idea that you create your own character, you are a world warrior, quote unquote, or a Street Fighter, or whatever you want to call it, and you learn moves from these people, and you can take this to pretty much build your own character. And let me tell you guys, all I'm going to say is, if Dhamid is not playable, I will be the Dominican Street Fighter character. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, with that being said, those are my impressions of Street Fighter 6, the things that I've been enjoying. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Right? Do you like the game? Do you like what you're seeing? You already know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for all the support on the channel. I'm sorry if the upload's been slow. I've been doing my best. Busy. All of the above. You already know. We in there. You guys have a good one, y'all. Peace.